Hey guys, can y'all hear me? Just trying to get everything set up here. Let me check and see if I'm streaming on my other phone here. Well, trying to pull it up here. Let's see.
With live GPS tracking, they're working to lower the number of lost dogs. Setup only takes minutes, then from there, you're ready to feel a new sense of relief. Setup only takes minutes, then from there, you're ready to feel a new sense of relief.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Let me see if I got the screen adjusted right. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Sorry about the double audio, guys. Yeah, I think that'll work. Probably come up a little higher. Let's see here now. All right, yeah. I think it'll work. All right, guys. Happy Sunday. I figured I would come on here and, well, I've got some wood to split. If y'all saw in the last couple videos ago, I was making these IBC totes, and the whole reason was I needed to make the totes before I could split some more wood. Well, this wood here, these rounds have been stacked up for 3 years. I went back on my phone and looked at my pictures, and I set everything up here today, getting a later start than I wanted to. And this smaller stuff, this is newer. This is some limbs and stuff that went down. This is good and tight wood here. But I broke into some of that just to see just now with the wedge, and it's punkier than I wanted. It was an ash tree, and it fell down 3 years ago, and it was standing dead before that for probably 8 years. But I think, because it's been setting just like that, but along a fence line, I think these big bottom rounds, since they were kind of covered, this is 2 pallets, this is 2 pallets here. I think his bottom rounds are going to be better. So, well, yeah, we'll have to work through it. I don't know. We'll have to see what we want to do with that stuff. That stuff, one of the reasons I haven't really done anything with it is because I dread stuff that big. This is all I have right here to split wood with, and it works amazing, by the way. But we don't heat with wood. I've mentioned that a million times. This is all campfire wood. So, you know, and what I usually do, I'll usually pallet stuff up like that, and then every year, every other year, something like that, I'll go through and just do like a split in 1 or 2 days, and that's pretty much about it. So let me get the link to this video here. But yeah, so that's, we don't, this is all just kind of fun splitting. I really enjoy it. This splitter is awesome. I've had it for probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 years, something like that. And for what we do, and that's the key, this thing's awesome. But I don't know, I wouldn't use it to heat my house or something with, be the only splitter. But I'd still probably have it just to split down kindling or something. But it works great. I was wanting to get an earlier start and really put a dent in the wood on the pallet over there. And well, I had a guy come today, and many times repeat customer. He came and got that last of that hay last week. I told him when he come last week and got 2 bales of hay, I told him that I only had 3 more total. So, and he only gets 2 because he only has a truck bed that'll hold 2. And but he had some little small army trailer thing that he said he was going to bring. So he did, and he was able to take all 3 of them. So we are officially out of hay. It's a good feeling. That piece was knotted there, and it's a short piece, but yeah, we're officially out of hay. And it's nice because just, trying to, think about how many trips it takes of people getting mostly 2 bales. Some of them 1 bale, some of them more, 5, 6 bales. But how many text and scheduling and all of that to make all that work to get rid of all the hay. And it's, I like it, I do it, but it is nice to be done with it. So the other thing is I can clean that hay or that bay that hay was in. That bay I tried to get the hay out of that bay as fast as possible because that's the one that I put the square baler in and kind of all that. So with square bales, I've said it in videos before, but I think people tend to plan their barns and their situation differently to where they can take a whole bunch of hay at one time, and therefore we would be sold out of hay a lot of times in, I don't know, November, something like that. The round bales, people kind of come and get it as they wish, and a lot of them don't have storage or a tractor to stack it or anything like that, and which is fine. I didn't even think, because of that, I didn't think we would be sold out before the New Year's, honestly. So you know, it's almost nice. But yeah, guys, I figured I'd do this. I do these little projects I've been putting off. Try to do some of them over like Christmas break and different things. I'm off basically all next week, off work. So, yeah, let's see if the chat's still going here. Yeah, we got 3 people in here. Let me see. Nobody's chatted yet. Y'all need to put some chats down there. But yeah, I wanted to do a really long live stream and split all this up, but that stuff is really punky over there, and I don't know what all of it I'm going to keep. It's actually hard to use the wedge on it because and break it up, because it doesn't. The wedge almost wants to get stuck in it rather than split in some of it. So. But yeah, guys, this splitter, I tell you, I bought this thing. It was every bit of 5 years ago. And again, for what we do, it's awesome. I got this one at Home Depot. I'm actually making a long form video right now as well that explains more. So I'm not gonna, if you want to check that out, it'll probably come out tomorrow. But yeah, I got this thing for like 300 bucks. And what I found out was, so this is a home light, and they sold them at Home Depot, and it's been great. What I found is over the years, they have, I guess, this exact design has been everything. When I bought it, it was a home light. Soon after that, I happened to see it on the internet, and it was a Ryobi. Same exact thing. Everything was the same, different color. Looks like now it's a Yard Max. What I happened to see today. And that's this exact design. And then there's a ton of them that is this general design, but not the exact design. But I tell you, for what we do, it's awesome. This one's a 5-ton, I think is what they say. And I mean, it does what I need it to do. Nice thing is it's electric, so I can just do this and talk to you guys. This is a 6-inch piece right here, 6 by 5.5. But yeah, you can talk while you're doing it. You can do it inside. So right behind me here is my workshop. One year it was snow on the ground and stuff. It was cold. And I put all this in the workshop and split wood at night. So it's pretty cool. Now, you know, like I said, I mean, if you were heating your house or something, it'd probably be a different story. Or it would be a different story, but it's awesome. I mean, it does what I need it to do. Plus, with not running it but every other year or whatever, I don't have to worry about carburetors going bad, changing oil. I don't have to worry about any of that. So this block here keeps that from going back, because I cut mine at 16 inches, and I think it'll do 20 couple inches or something. And then you gotta take all that time to go that inches every time. The new ones I've seen, they have a little collar on this rod here, right here. Not on the cylinder, but on this guide rod. And but same design, and it limits your travel. You can adjust it. But I'm not really looking at the chat today, guys. Like I say, I really wanted to have like a 4-hour live stream, but it's not really what this is going to be, I don't think. I've got a knot down here on this end. There you go. Easy day today. I'm not getting too worked up about getting too much stuff done because A, I'm kind of on vacation, you know. And B, I've got several days off. So I usually do this on the back of a truck bed, or we have a little wagon, two-wheeled wagon my dad built. Gosh, if I'm almost 40, he probably built it 30 years ago. Anyways, I usually put it on the back of either of those things. And today I had the tractor out moving this wood here. And I was like, shoot, I'm just gonna put a pallet on here. I've got a piece of plywood that fits a pallet. And I said, I'm gonna try that. Because it's adjusted, you know, the height's infinitely adjustable to where I need it. And I'm really liking this so far. Little Harbor Freight $7 hatchet. Man, you can't beat that thing. I think this might be mulberry, as yellow as it is. I'm not a firewood expert, but kind of what it seems like. Is anybody chatting? Let me see. Yep, Matt Stoll. Hey there, buddy. 1904. How large it'll go? It depends on the straight grainness of it. I've split over 20 inches with it, but sometimes you'll fight it, taking a big one and, you know, twisting it all around to get it to split, that you waste a lot of energy. Jacqueline, hey, she's in the house. Got a gas-powered 27-ton. Gets the job done, smokes like a freight train. Yep, beats the axe for sure. So, yep, I know the feeling. Yeah, I mean, this thing, it'll split pretty big. Now, if you get into knotty stuff or whatnot, it you know, won't do it. Also, I don't know if I'm about, that's as far as it goes up to the wedge. I was trying to think today, I don't know if it went further new and I'm low on hydraulic fluid, or if that's just what it did. I kind of think that's just what it does. And actually, I'm gonna go get me a block of wood. me see if I can find one here. What are y'all up to today? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat down there. Y'all got any time off coming up? Anything like that? Here's a naughty piece here. So I'll probably end up doing some of this tomorrow as well, Monday. But the issue is, in our area, they're calling for, well, it's a cold front coming through, and because of that, it's like 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts and everything. So I'm just not sure that this is, you know, it's just going to be miserable. I think it's one of those things where the warmest part of the day is going to be in the morning. So it's just been so windy here, guys. So windy for like 2 months, if not more. I talk about it more in the long form video of this, but I don't want to move the camera and show you and have to reline it back up again. But this is supposed to be a two-handed thing. You hold a switch here with this hand and you do the hydraulic here, but then you don't have nothing to hold your wood. And I think that's actually more dangerous in my opinion. So I was looking one time on the internet, on YouTube, and tons of people have done this mod, if you will. And you basically take a clamp and clamp down this button that's over here that y'all can't see, because you're supposed to push the button and do this. So you clamp the button down, then you use a foot switch from Harbor Freight, and that starts everything. So if I do the switch, see, and then you just do this for your hydraulics. Now that lets you control the wood, and in my opinion, I think it's safer. I try to get as much wood in these IBC totes as I can, like in the middle and everything. A lot of people don't put it in the middle when they're selling them, but I'm not selling mine. This piece here, I don't know. This thing is crooked. Got a bend in it. I might have to take this thing out here. Yeah, this one, I think this one's too far gone. I don't know, guys. I don't want to keep making a mess, to be honest with you. It's half the reason I put this tarp down here. Yeah, this one ain't. We'll put this one in the junk pile. If y'all are just joining, there's 4 rounds per pallet here, these big ash rounds, and I cut them 3 years ago. The tree was standing dead, but I think the ones on this, at least on the, I'm hoping the ones, it's just the ones on this top pallet are kind of, some of it's kind of punky, but I'm hoping these bottom ones are more solid since they kind of had a cover on them, per se. And I can't sit here and tell you that, you know, man, this thing split a 20-inch, 25-inch round, because these are pretty far gone. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how much of it I'm gonna keep. I shouldn't have waited so long to split it, but I don't think I'm gonna save this big stuff anymore, guys. Especially for the fact that I don't need to save it. Yeah, I'm not heating my house. It's just like I said earlier in the live stream. I don't know if I said it in that or the long form video that I was recording, but I had a whole nother 8 rounds like that at the time, and I took it down at the end of the road and I put free on it, and it was gone within an hour. So I just, I'd rather deal with this splitter. I would rather deal with 12-inch rounds or something like that. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Oh gosh. Okay, Jacqueline. Feeding around bales. Remembered I was gonna go live today. Yeah. Wanted to start earlier. Matt, good job prioritizing safety. Yeah. Jacqueline, off from school until next Tuesday. Man, that's awesome. That is awesome. In 1904, the wind in our area came in like a lion. Hopefully it'll go out like a lion. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's just been awful this year, the wind. But just been awful. I'm working. I got to go in. I gotta go. We go back Friday. So I'm gonna work literally Friday, and then have the weekend off again. And everybody else is taking off Friday, so kind of a good day to work, to be honest with you. But we start back up Friday, and then have the weekend off, and then really get back going Monday. So far, this is usable. Now I know some of that's not. That guy that came here and got hay, and I was saying that he usually gets only 2 bales, enough to fit in the bed of his truck. And he's got like a 2500 diesel, long bed. And he's got a few acres and a couple horses and goats and stuff. But he pretty much always said he didn't have a way to haul more than 2 bales of hay. Well, he said, last time I said, I got these 3 bales left. And he can get 2, but he lives 30 minutes away. And I said, man, it would be nice if you could had something to haul 3. And he said, well, I do. He said, I got this one trailer. It's a 1947 model trailer, yada yada. And it's probably, when I seen it, it's probably about 5 foot wide by 8 foot. And look at that, guys. And he came up here. I've never seen it before, so he shows up today. And this is the sweetest, like, it looked like an army trailer. Big heavy duty axle and tires and everything. And he says he's looking to sell it. And he's probably my age, but he was gifted this trailer in high school for doing something for somebody. And it's a 1947 trailer. And I was like, man, I'd almost like to have that thing. But I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't need any more stuff like that to upkeep when I don't really need it, to be honest with you. I don't know if y'all can see them chickens in the background. Them things, their coop is way down there. And they come up here at the house. I mean, can't hardly have mulch. Can't have none of that. But wouldn't trade them for the world. See what the chat's doing. See what y'all are got going on there. Is there anything else? Let's see. By the way, is the live stream any better? The reason I'm asking is because with being this close to the house, I can be on the Wi-Fi. So put in there, whoops, wait a minute now. I done messed something up, guys. Hang on. Hang on. It's really hard the way you have to look at the chat. And if you hit the wrong thing, it wants you to end the live stream. Is that where I had y'all before? Jacqueline can't have too many trailers. Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I was interested in that thing. Heavy duty too. I mean, my gosh. You could probably put 10,000 pounds in that trailer he had. 5 foot by 8 foot. I don't know about y'all. I'm just tired of, I'm a summer guy. And I'm just kind of tired of winter already. And in Virginia, we're just getting, I mean, winter really, to me, really, winter nowadays is more like January, February. So we're just getting started. But it has been a little harsher than past winters, which is why we kept a little bit more hay. And that was a couple weeks ago. We had 8 degrees and different, single digits, but this piece is punky. Let me go this way real quick. I don't like splitting this stuff because A, it just kind of does that. And then you got all that work in manually using a wedge to break them apart, just to find out you're only gonna keep half. So kind of irritating, but it's my fault for letting it set so long. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm on the house live Wi-Fi, and I think it should be better. I'm not always going to be able to do that because I want to be able, go out and do things. But we have pretty fast, like, internet, Wi-Fi internet here. I don't even know. This piece looks fairly good. I don't know. Cool thing about this splitter, when it was home white, and you could just, for any of y'all that like to fix your own things, you're probably familiar with e-replacement parts. So I threw a big thing down here one time and bent one of these rods, and it didn't bend it, it just kind of put a V in it. And this thing was brand new at the time, and I was like, I'd like to get a new tube. And sure enough, I could get on that e-replacement parts, and they had a new tube, had a whole complete diagram, and it was really nice. You probably can still do that. Even searching by the home light, but you could probably also do it searching by everything else that's been over the years. Like I said, Ryobi, Yard Max now. It's all kind of. This thing has been licensed by so many different people, but it's worth it. I wish I had some really nice wood here to show you. But this ash, this stuff splits so easy, even when it's, prime. It's one of those you only have to go in the wood about 2 inches and it just splits right off. Let me know what y'all are doing for New Year's. Put it in the chat. So far, I don't think for New Year's itself, we don't really have any plans per se. But my in-laws are coming down all next weekend, so right after New Year's. We're kind of going to do Christmas with them then. This particular piece was fairly good. Kind of like doing it right here on this pallet. But yeah, we don't really have a ton of New Year's plans. And I think my wife has to work some of it. Let me check the chat. All right, let's see here. 1904, feeding their livestock, yep. Live stream is great. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad the quality is better up here at the house. Live stream's clear, Jacqueline, yeah. Also, Jacqueline, yep, spring can't get here fast enough. I know, tell me about it. Tell me about it. So, I always think, I kind of said it last night in that live stream, but this time of year, I always look at, you know, how we did last year and were we on track with anything. Life things, personal things, homestead things, cow things, hay things, any of it. And then, you know, I kind of look at it and, you know, kind of make resolutions or whatever, if you will. I personally think it's healthy to do that, in my opinion. At least this kind of keeps you on track, right? Or gives you something to work towards, I guess. So I'll probably be looking at doing that. Kind of seeing what we've got going on. I feel like we didn't do a ton of large projects last year. And it's disappointing, guys, because we bought this place in 2014. And that was when, I mean, if I would, I regret so bad not starting the YouTube channel then. Because A, I would have had so much stuff to show y'all. I mean, just, you know, this place was a completely bare spot of land. By the way, this place used to be a part of an airport. I feel like I mentioned it before, but the guy that lived here, if you read his obituary, it says he enjoyed flying his Cessna and landing in his front yard. And that's the airport went across several properties here. This was back in the 50s and 60s. And occasionally, you'll see, like on Facebook, there's a Facebook for Remembering Our Town, is the name of it. Remembering and then the name of our town. And probably about once a year, somebody will put a picture up of the airport or the hangars or whatever. The hangars aren't on our property. And they'll be like, does anybody remember flying out of here or whatever? And this is a small Cessna type thing, you know. And people will be like, oh yeah, I remember, you know, Uncle Johnny taking me on flights out of there, etc. So it's kind of cool. But because it was the airport or part of it, you know, there wasn't fencing or, you know, wasn't any of that. So we did all that. And then I'm gonna keep at that size. And then about go figure, about the time I started it, by the time I got brave enough to start a YouTube channel, what you doing, buddy? What you doing, Woody? Hey, buddy. He got a GPS dog tracking collar for Christmas. Remind me to talk more about that in a second. But about the time I got brave enough to start a YouTube channel and all that, I mean, you're always doing stuff, right? But we had done the majority of the fencing and the clearing things out and all that. And again, it never stops, but I would have loved to have had videos on all that and shown y'all. Y'all would have enjoyed it, I think. But so when I started, I mentioned this in that video about why I started a YouTube channel. But when I started, or when I started watching YouTube, it was like 2015. And I don't know if you guys watch Stony Ridge Farmer, but he was the big one at that time in this niche, and he's still big, or he's way bigger now. But during that time period, 2015, 16, all the channels on YouTube were getting hashed out. You know, which one's going to be the biggest in this niche and that niche, and you know, all that was just kind of happening. And who knows what we could have been had I started a channel at that time. I know you can't think about what would have been, but a lot of those guys. So who do I watch? I watch, so the old ones, Stony Ridge Farmer. Don't watch a ton of his stuff anymore. Sometimes, guys, to me, put it in the comments, but sometimes the channel gets just like so big that I kind of lose interest. I'm no longer relatable. But Stony Ridge Farmer, Tractor Time with Tim. At that time, Arms Family Homestead. I don't watch them anymore. Haven't watched them in a long time. Who else? Trying to think of the older ones. So Rock Hill Farm is one I like now. He's not as old, but all of these channels, guys. This is not my goal. I don't want to mean it that way, but my point is, all of those older channels that started back in that time frame, I think they're all. I mean, Stony Ridge Farmer retired from his job. Tractor Time with Tim retired from his job, does YouTube full time. Who else? Rock Hill Farm. He quit his day job, so hard to tell. If I would have started in 2014, hard to tell what could have been. But I enjoy it. My main thing is I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. Hopefully we can grow here, guys, and have a community, grow in what we have for 2026. I'll check the comments here in a minute. I'm getting to kind of a good stopping point. That's full. And I'm gonna have to go get the other IBC tote. But yeah, put in the comments who y'all watch. I don't watch any regular TV. The only thing I watch is YouTube. This firewood guy, I mentioned him before. I'm not a big firewood. I like watching firewood YouTube. But I'm not a big firewood guy, right? I mean, we don't even heat with firewood. But this guy I watch, it's Tucker's Timbers. 19 years old. And this guy has a work ethic like you wouldn't believe. And I mean, check him out. He just got a firewood processor, and You know, it's the thing that pulls the log down, cuts it to the length, splits it all in one go. So he just got one of those. He paid for it. He's a small channel right now. But man, some of this guys, I tell you, I don't have room to put that in there to get it small enough. Been watching this guy called Our Life in Trees. He is, been watching him for probably a year. He makes pretty good comparison videos on Chinese excavators and skid steers. And as popular as those things are getting, he's a good channel to watch. But he was one that kind of found that niche and took advantage of it as it got popular. Well, I'm kind of maxed out here. Let's see here what this one looks like. I really think the bottom ones are going to be better. Man, I don't know if you caught it last night, but I would love to get one of those miniature Chinese excavators. And just get a. There's some good ones out there. That's not all just problems. And there's some projects I could do on the homestead with it. But that's why I watch that guy. Let me check the chat. I feel like I'm rambling to you guys. Jacqueline sold some round and square bales back in the fall. Wouldn't be selling any more. Had somebody there today begging to buy. Yeah. Making a goal list for 2026. Going over the list I made last year. Yep. Great thing to do. Oh, Farmer Tyler. Oh, yep. Okay, let's see here. Farmer Tyler Ranch. I watch him. Sheraton Park Farm. That one's popped up for me, but you know how it pops up with the algorithm, but I haven't. I'm sure I've watched a video or two. Hurricane Creek Farm. Skyline Acres. Oh, that's funny. Thank you. So, yeah, some of the ones I used to watch are too repetitive now. Yeah, for me, they just get so big, you know? And then it's no longer relatable. I'm subscribed to Farmer Tyler Ranch, but I don't keep too many people subscribed that I don't watch, but he's one that I haven't watched in a while. For no reason. I think he's a great guy. But he's another one that he quit his day job a couple years ago. Unbelievable, you know? Awesome. So one of the things with him was it was neat seeing the just how different it is out there out in the West. I think he's in California, isn't he? And I mean, the way he does hay, and I mean, it's like everything is different. And that guy's talented too, with welding and fabricating and all that. Trying to think of who else I watch. There's probably 10 of them that I watch. And then but I'm probably subscribed to like 30 people. So, and then I watch as I have time or as I think it's interesting or whatever. I knew that one was going to do that. See, to me, like with that one, where you had to, when you have this, when you buy it new, you're supposed to use two hands. When they pop like that, you're just kind of hoping it don't pop back at you. You ain't got a hand to do nothing. When did you start watching Skyline Acres, Jacqueline? I know you've been here a long time. What do you remember your first videos being? So I've been on YouTube March of 23, so 24, 25, so 2.5 years roughly. But I don't remember when you started watching. I know it was early on. These pieces that just fall apart, I don't know. Ain't worth my time. We'll see what this one does. This one looks good right here. But look at that. There's a good one I got out of that. I didn't use a splitter. To my recollection, I didn't use it at all last year. So it's been probably 2 years since I've used it. But like I say, no carburetor, no. I keep it in the basement of the house, so it's not, it's in-house conditions all the time, and pretty much good to go every single time I get it out. We're getting some usable stuff out of that. This ash is just the easiest splitting stuff. Let me see what Jacqueline said. Oh, when I bought the round baler. Yeah. Yeah, that was last fall, I think. 1904, watches Deep South Homestead, Sow the Land, yep. Just a few acres, yep. I watch him, True Grit, yep. Let me look at my list here. I think YouTube, it's just a great thing for people to connect with the same interests and everything. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a guy that all he does is pick up trash. He has a rural trash business. Oh, Brian's farming videos. Yeah, he's good. Country View Acres. I used to watch a lot of him. I'm going through my list. Farmer Tyler Ranch. Adam with Hometown Acres. How farms work. I used to really watch a lot of their stuff. I'm skipping, guys. I watch stuff that's not in this genre at all. So that's the beauty of YouTube. Let's Dig 18. Meyer Hatchery. Yep, that's a good channel. Used to watch a lot of One Lonely Farmer. Our Life in Trees, I mentioned him. Oh, Peaks Peak Hobby Homestead, that's a good one. There's some other. I watch a lot of lawn and landscape stuff. Just because I enjoy watching that in my downtime. Rock Hill Farm. Sam's Doing Stuff. That's a good one. That guy's a great guy. Sam's Doing Stuff. Mainly Firewood channel. Who else? I mean, like I say, I'm Tractor Time with Tim. Working Horses with Jim. I haven't watched him in a long time. It's a great channel if you're into like working with draft horses. So yeah, that's pretty much my list, guys. Miss Skyline Acres is behind the camera walking around. Taking the dogs out. I tell you, Pete with Just a Few Acres Farm, I started watching that guy when he didn't have no subscribers. Because I'm into farm malls and stuff. And I mean, he blew up. My gosh. In no time. But he is very, very, very smart. Very smart guy. Oh, let's see here, guys. I don't know if I want to mess with that piece or not. If I move that piece, this is going to fall. If tomorrow, if I get into that stuff on the bottom and it's better, I might live stream again. That ain't no good. No good. Pretty much no good. Put that down there. Let's see what this, I don't know if I'm out of frame or not, guys. I really appreciate y'all mentioning Skyline Acres. It's a lot of work having a YouTube channel, but it is enjoyable. I mean, I can't imagine somebody doing it, that putting all the work into it, that if they didn't enjoy it. And that's those channels you see that they don't last, you know. Let's see what this big one looks like on the inside. I don't have my big maul, my big sledgehammer right now. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna keep doing this much more today. All right, we got through that one. If I'm off camera, sorry. Whew. Oh man, lift with your back on that one. See if we can split this one. All right. I was really hoping that this wood would be really nice still. Which, I mean, this is usable, but not like it was when it was fresh. These ash trees, I'm sure, same way at y'all's place. Look at all the bugs in that thing. But these ash trees, the emerald ash borer, just, it kills them all. And that's what got this one years ago. This particular tree's been dead 10 to 15 years. But then it finally fell. But, I mean, it kills every single one of them. And if you're not from this area, maybe you don't know, but you weren't allowed to transport firewood. And it's like right behind us on the Blue Ridge Mountains is the Shenandoah National Park. And people couldn't bring their own firewood in there, have campfires. You could buy wood in there, but you couldn't transport it. I don't know if you still can or not. But, I mean, they were really trying to keep it out of there. And I think it was kind of like that spotted lanternfly. You can try all you can, but eventually, you know, all that stuff just kind of migrates everywhere. I'm gonna finish this piece up, guys. Probably call it done on the live stream. I got to do the evening chores, feed the cows and everything. How long have I been going on? I think an hour. I think I started at 3:20. So hour's a good amount of time. If you do, think about a live stream, if you do it too short, then people don't get by the time people get the notification and get signed in and all, you're done, you know, you're done if it's 20 minutes. So that's the thing about a live stream. But the cool thing is, as I'm doing more and all, the live streams, you can make it not be this way, but they get put up on YouTube as a regular video that you guys can go back and watch the next day or 2 days later or 6 months later. So that is kind of cool. Let me check the chat. Bunch of round baler. 1904. End of 23. Yeah. They have 1904 has 2 Farmall Cubs and 2 B414s. I knew you had B414s because you've commented on that before. Because they're basically the same as that 275 I have. Yeah, I growing up, my granddad gave me that Farmall H that me and my dad and my granddad restored. And the B275 that I have now was my granddad's. I love that tractor. I mean, aside from that one, it doesn't have power steering. I think the 414 might have power steering, right? But the B275 didn't. But aside from that, it's got live hydraulics, live PTO, you know, pretty much everything you'd expect. 2 high-low transmission. I mean, that tractor is very much usable. I see them occasionally around here for super cheap because, I mean, nobody really, they'd rather have an 8N with half of those features because they've heard of them. So, and then he had a Deutz 4006, however you say it. And that was a nice tractor. Whoever had that before, I think that was like a 1970s tractor. But whoever had that, took really, really good care of that thing. I mean, it was like practically showroom condition. And so we had that one. That was newer, you know, had higher flow and stuff at that time. We had a, well, I bought and then I had a Farmall B. Had a 1940 Farmall B that we raked hay with and stuff. A lot of it with that hay rake back behind the camera that y'all see on the channel. I love that little tractor. What else? Had a Farmall Super C. My granddad bought a, I think that's it on that. He bought a I'm not going to get into the other half of that round. My granddad bought a John Deere backhoe. It was a 410, big. A 410's a big one. It was like a 70s one. But the story was the guy, it was kind of local. The guy went to go change the oil in it and got interrupted between draining it and adding it and all that. And he went to go, when he came back from whatever he got interrupted doing, he started it up, drove it 100 yards, the engine locked up, and that was it. He knew he forgot to put oil in it. Well, my granddad was a mechanic, so he went down. He knew it wasn't, he could fix it, so, because the guy said he cut it like pretty much right off as soon as he realized it. So he went down and got that. My granddad was retired at this point. Went and got this big old John Deere backhoe, a heavy thing. And we split that, more so him, but we split that thing in half and rebuilt the engine. So, and then that was the story on that one. So let me check the chat. What time is it? What I say earlier, 4:20, 4:25? Yeah. It's gonna get dark here in a little bit. I gotta go do the chores. If y'all haven't noticed, it is getting dark later now. Every little bit, every day. Jacqueline, yeah, 49 John Deere A, yeah. Those are nice. I always liked those putt-putt engines. I never had them. I never had a John Deere, but I always liked them. My granddad was fond of them too. He was a mechanic. But he always talked about how big the pistons were and the stroke on them and all that. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna keep doing these live streams. Y'all let me know if you enjoy them. They'll be funner, in the summer and stuff, but I'll keep doing them. Hopefully we can grow and get some people coming in them and that kind of thing. But you can't do any of that unless you keep doing them, right? You got to get the algorithm in there and all that. So, gosh, I guess I'll mess with that other wood there tomorrow in the 50-mile-an-hour wind. I'll move that IBC. Well, I can't move that out of the way to get to that. So I'll probably bring that empty IBC tote down and set it over here and load into that tomorrow. But anyways, guys, thank y'all for joining me. Put down there if you enjoy the live streams. You can see the chat after the fact. So hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go in here, feed the cows and everything, and then go in and warm up. So appreciate y'all being here. Catch you later.